are officially bankrupt and our passports are being taken away from us.
That's right, and this came as a result for a defamation trial that we were unsuccessful in, and we now owe over $500,000 to a vet clinic.
Oh, so you're the type of vets that eat your own patients, are you?
Yeah, I do eat meat, but I don't eat dogs and I don't eat cats, and I don't appreciate you pushing your agenda on my personal...
I don't appreciate you enslaving animals and forcing them into murder factories.
Hey, what's good, guys? Actually, you know what? I'll do you a favor today, and I will actually tell you what's good because I have good news. So, we all remember Tash Peterson, right? Or some people may refer to her as that vegan teacher's daughter.
You're not vegan! You're no different to a Nazi serial killer! Louis Vuitton are responsible for the murder of cows, sheep, goats, horses, pigs, dogs, and bees. Get out! Why are you so triggered? If you were happy and proud of your views, watch Dominion on YouTube. See what really happens to these beings. Animal abusers! Total losers!
Abusers! Animal abuser!
Hey! Why? What the fuck? What the fuck? This is so wrong! Reed! What the fuck is wrong with you? You're laughing! You're a f***ing psychopath! You smile because you have blood in your eyes and you're a piece of shit!
Yes, the same. Well, she has officially been harshly punished for her crimes. One particular crime, and that was defaming a veterinary clinic. And we're gonna go over the footage of her doing that shortly and pretty much everything that led up to this moment. So she recently released a video on her YouTube channel as a short where she talks about how she has been fined what she says to be over $500,000. It says the fine is $280,000, so I don't know if she's lying about that or if there's like some other hidden fees that I'm not quite aware of. And as a result, she's had to file for bankruptcy and has no money and has to forfeit her passport. So all of you who are afraid of Tash Peterson rolling up in your neighborhood and causing a ruckus, you can relax. You can relax. She won't be seeing you anytime soon. Now first, let's get into how we got here. The actual footage of Tash Peterson defaming that veterinary clinic.
Oh, so you're the type of vets that eat your own patients, are you?
Yeah, I do eat meat, but I don't eat dogs and I don't eat cats, and I don't appreciate you pushing your agenda on my personal...
I don't appreciate you enslaving animals and forcing them into murder factories.
Ring the police.
What if they were dogs?
Yeah, what if you're involved in that? What if it's a dog or a cat? Just
We
get
need-
outside the cage.
I have a dog in a cage out the back at the moment receiving treatment. Am I enslaving it?
So as you can hear very clearly in the footage, she's saying that they force their animals into slaughterhouses, that they eat their own animals, that they do all these horrendous, horrible things to them, while this employee here is just trying to get her to shut the hell up. Like, she is not happy, she's livid. And these people were not going to take being bullied lightly. In fact, they didn't really have the money necessarily to go forward with the lawsuit, so they actually started a GoFundMe to get some money in order to sue Tash Peterson. They were that adamant about it, and I'm so thankful that they were, because if they hadn't, Tash would have gotten away from the situation scot-free, having done damage to this business with no repercussions. And there's nothing I want to see more than Tash actually get her just desserts, her punishment, her rightful punishments for the crimes that she commits. Because too often has she just gotten away with a little slap on the wrist, don't do it again, blah, blah, blah. And obviously she's kind of in a fix right now where she's kind of on like a probation in a way where she cannot do any more protests that involves her getting arrested, or else she will be thrown in the slammer along with her vegan asshole boyfriend. So this is the GoFundMe from the veterinary clinic. Now their goal was 150K. They received almost 18,000. Now I remember there was a policy with GoFundMe where if you didn't reach the goal, like they just didn't give you money. I don't know if that's still true or if it ever was true, just something that I know another YouTuber had mentioned before. But either way, whether they got the funds from them or not, they were able to go forward with that lawsuit, and from what I can tell, were rewarded $280,000 for that defamation that Tash Peterson and her asshole boyfriend committed against them. Now, I think you guys should know a little bit about the clinic, this very humble, modest clinic that does a good job, that actually cares about animals, and just imagine somebody like Tash Peterson really rolling into this place and saying horrendous things about them as a protest for what? When they treat their animals well and they do a great job at it, and they actually help animals significantly more than Tash ever could, ever would. So here's a little background on them. So Bankrupt Veterinary Clinic is an independent, small family-owned business that has serviced the local community for almost 16 years, with its current owners running the practice since 2019. At Bankrupt Veterinary Clinic, we provided a high standard of veterinary care that relies on the goodwill and ongoing support from the community. At Bankrupt Veterinary Clinic, we have a zero tolerance policy of intimidation, peddling false, misleading, defamatory information, bullying, and harassment towards our team, and we'll call it out as it occurs. Now, this is where they talk about the incident here. On Friday, September 24th, 2021, an incident occurred at Bankrupt Veterinary Clinic, which has left several members of the clinic extremely traumatized. Furthermore, this incident, along with defamatory comments and innuendos, has subsequently been published on Facebook to the detriment of our team members and our business. Given the publication implications of defamatory comments, we're launching a civil action by way of defamation against Tash Peterson, Mr. Jack Higgs, and the business Vegan Booty in the Supreme Court of Western Australia. I think it's so funny that on their official GoFundMe here, they have to refer to Tash Peterson's business as Vegan Booty. I had to get a good laugh out of that, because I think even when this did come to the courts, they probably also had to refer to the company as Vegan Booty, which is, it's just wonderful. It's just grand. I absolutely love every bit of that. I mean, it had to just appear as a joke to them at some point, like, wow, this is really what we're dealing with here? This is gonna be easy. But anyway, that brings us to what has occurred as of late, and this is the video of Tash and her boyfriend talking about exactly what consequences they're facing, the well-deserved consequences, mind you.
We are officially bankrupt and our passports are being taken away from us.
That's right, and this came as a result for a defamation trial that we were unsuccessful in, and we now owe over $500,000 to a vet clinic.
And on top of that, our personal accounts have been wiped, which means we have no money for everyday living expenses.
Yeah, so we're going to now head into a bankruptcy office and we're going to officially surrender our passports.
Yes, so our money can be taken from us and so can our passports, but our voices for non-human people will never be taken away from us, and we'll never stop speaking up for the victims of animal exploitation and the animal holocaust. Adios, passports.
So yeah, you're bankrupt. Apparently we're ordered to pay $500,000. I don't know if that's true. Again, it says 280,000 from every article that I've read, but I don't know. There could be some other fees associated with that we're not seeing, or they just could be using hyperbole, exaggerating for some odd reason to make people maybe feel even worse for them. I guess her few followers that do feel bad for her, which I am not among them. This was a moment to rejoice. Honestly, I was very happy when I saw this. It put a very big smile on my face. I'm like, finally, she is getting the justice that she deserves. I mean, this is what happens when you fuck around and you find out. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, what did she expect to happen when she was going into private establishments and just attacking them verbally, assaulting them with words, and saying horrible things about them that are very blatantly untrue? Do you think that's just gonna fly by everybody? No, absolutely not. This isn't the first time that people have sought legal action against her. Even the Fire restaurant also sought legal action against her. Now, I think that might still be an ongoing case. I'm not too sure. If I hear any updates about that, I will be sure to let you guys know. But this is a small victory. She's going broke. She's bankrupt. Vegan teachers broke. And there's also something I found really, really remarkable. The fact that she was flexing her wealth and calling herself Tash Peterson after she received like the defamation lawsuit letter, like where she was made aware that she was being sued. She was flexing her wealth. Why? It's like finally all these years of bullying and harassment, that they've done to other people has finally caught up with them. And it's bizarre how they are acting like this is unaffecting them. You know, they don't seem particularly bothered by it. You know, they're smiling, they throw their passports behind them. When I know this has crushed them on the inside, especially because they think that it's going to be more difficult for them to protest and spread their activism and advocate for the animals, when obviously that's never really been what they've done. They've only made things worse for animals, and they made things worse for veganism as a whole. And maybe putting a little pause on this type of bullshit will actually have a positive impact. Maybe something can actually reverse some of the damage that they've done over the years. And again, I am somebody that absolutely loves to see justice be served, and that's precisely what has happened here on a nice, cruelty-free vegan platter.